Hey guys, welcome to Tabletop Baseball Plus. I've got a new game to add to the channel, and that is Dynasty League Baseball. So I thought I would give you guys a little overview of the game, how it works, and give you a look at it. What all you get with the game. This is, of course, the rule book. Not very thick at all. It really comes down to about 3.5, 4 pages of rules. And it's basically not as much rules, but just kind of going over what's on the cards and how they work. I think, if you're a veteran of tabletop baseball gameplay, then this game should come pretty easily. So the rule book basically ends right about here, because then you start getting into minor league call-ups. If you want to do that type of thing, or spot starters, then you get into the Dynasty League rules, official rules. If you want to join a league, a franchise application, where and when to play your league meeting, your games and your league meetings, drafts and minor league phase, live drafts, stuff like that. It all talks about the, trading, option to release players under contract. I don't know how many people get into that type of thing, but if you're just using this game as a tabletop game, solitaire play, then you're only looking at just a few pages. What else do you get? You get weather effect charts, if you want to use those, for every stadium, every region, every stadium. Okay, pretty cool. You get ballpark charts. These may be extra. Nice color ballpark charts. Gives you all the dimensions, the surface, which comes into play in the game. The foul territory comes into play. Everything comes into play in this game that comes into play in just about any other game, and then some. This is a very, very detailed game, but it's very smooth playing, very easy to play. I really like this because the way it works is, if you get a deep drive result, you're going to roll first and find out. First of all, you're going to look at the batter and find out, is he left pull, left spray, right spray, whatever. Then you're going to roll 2 dice, find out where he hit the ball. Then you're going to find his power rating over here, roll 2 dice, find out how far he hit the ball. Then you go to the ballpark. Let's say it's in Milwaukee. The ball's going to carry +10, so whatever your result was on how far he hit it, you're going to add 10 to that. Then you're going to look under the correct place, wherever he hit it, right center, center field, whichever. Let me zoom in just a little bit. And then it'll tell you what happened. If it's less than 295, it's just a flyout. Runner third could tag up if you want. If it's in this, in this range here, it's going to be a long flyout. There's a lot of glare on there, but long flyout. Third goes to home. Second can tag up. That's what that means. Stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Pretty smooth playing game. Here are your charts, your basic charts. You're stealing, attempting, and then stealing. Does he get a jump? That sort of thing. Ground ball, runner advancement charts. Basically, if you equate it to another game, this would be a ground ball A right here, a hard ground out, ground ball B, ground ball C. That's basically what that comes down. If it's a hard ground out, it's going to be a double play. Just a regular old ground out, it's going to be probably a force play. A soft ground out, it's going to be the runner's going to advance. like a slow roller type deal. You have your range ratings, infield and outfield. Not much different there. Error ratings, same thing. As with most games, you have your error ratings, your range ratings. Base runner advancement on a hit. Outfielder's arm minus running rating. For runners going from first to third, you have some additional. If it's hit to left field, it's -2. Center field 0, right field +2. Those are all familiar. If there's 2 outs, +1 instead of +2. You have umpire crews. All your umpire crews. You can use those if you want. You don't have to. If you get an umpire result, you'll go here. If you're not using an umpire crew, you can just say he's normal strike zone. Really, this is the only time he's going to come into play. The home plate umpire. Does he have a normal, large, or small strike zone? Your bunt chart. Again, pretty easy. Foul territory. If you get a foul ball, then you'll look at the ballpark. Is it tiny, foul territory, small, normal, large, immense? You'll roll 2 dice. You'll find out what happens. Injury chart. And I think that's it. Your bizarre plays. Bizarre play charts. So that's a look at all your charts. What I've done, instead of flipping through that book, is I copied all the charts and put them on some foam board. I put those 2 on this one, and then over to my right side, I've got the rest of them on this foam board. So it's all standing up right in front of me. I just lift my head up, and I look and get the result. Don't ever have to flip through that book. So let's look at the cards. Try to raise them up a little bit, or maybe zoom in. So we have Tony Womack here, the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is 2001 season. He's a left spray hitter. So if this is his range, his error, his throwing, his double play. This will be for catchers, their pass ball, and how they handle pitchers. That's what those mean. So his double play rating is a +5. Let's start here first. His range at a shortstop is a C+. Errors a 35. His errors are 0 to 100. 100 being the best. Double play, +5. So center field, he's a C. He's an E5. And a +2 on his arm. Okay, so the situation, we'll get to in a minute. Bunting, hitting, and running, he's a B. Base running, he's a 10, which is the best. Here's his stealing. Stealing second, stealing third, stealing home. These numbers correspond to each one. So a lead he's a 4 in his lead from stealing second. On stealing second, on stealing third, he's a 1. Stealing home, he's a 3. As far as his lead goes. Stealing second base, he's a 7. Stealing third, he's a 4. Stealing home, he's a 1. Intangibles, a C. Durability and use, he is a C. Which I don't use those. If you're playing a season or something, you might want to use those. You'd probably need to use those. So looking at the card itself, this is highlighted in blue. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a blue background to these that don't have any color. Basically, it kind of looks like they don't have any color, but it's all very light blue. Those will be all your normal results. Basically, anything that doesn't have a color highlighted, it's your normal result. Clutch. If we go back up here to situation, we notice he doesn't have anything here. If it said clutch here, and clutch is basically the same thing as in other games, if there's runner on second or scoring position with 2 outs, and let's say you got a 0-17 and it said clutch up here, you would go to this instead of this result. It would be this result, deep drive. And then like I showed you on the ballparks, you would check to see how far he hit it. Is it an out? Is it a home run? Etc. Okay, the yellow is tired. That means is the pitcher tired. If the pitcher is tired, you would go to this result. If you got this 0-17. Jam is for the pitchers. If the pitcher is good at getting out of a jam, in other words, if he has the jam quality, let's look at Curt Schilling. He does have the jam quality. He has the jam on and off, which we'll get to in a minute. So the jam quality means that if there's runners in scoring position, you're going to go to that result. The orange result, if it's on the line. In other words, if Tony Womack was up, and you got, of course, he can't hit a home run versus lefties versus righties. If he got 192 to 198, instead of being a home run, it would be a deep drive, possibly an out, so Curt Schilling could keep him in the ballpark if it was a jam situation. In other words, runners in scoring position with 2 outs. The N means is the infield in. That's all that means. So this would be an infield in result. Hit and run, self-explanatory. If there's a hit and run on, and he gets a 0-17, you're going to come over to this line, this result. On, which is a pitcher situation. On means are there runners on base? If there are runners on base, you'd go to this. Now, Curt Schilling, if it's off his card, and he has the on, you would go to that, like this one right here. Instead of a deep drive, it's going to be foul territory if there's runners on base. Off. Off is another is a pitcher situation. The leadoff man of any inning is he the leadoff man. If he's the leadoff man, you would go to the off result, which would probably be this one right here. So if the pitcher has the off result, and you got this off Tony Womack's card, it would be a foul instead of a walk. So Curt Schilling is good on the leadoff man. This RR means, is he rested? Is he rusty? That's kind of an optional thing. Probably if you're doing a season replay, that may come into play, but probably not very often is that going to come into play. Of course, your lefty-righty, lefties, righties, you would go there. It is 3D10s. The dice are 3D10s, and they're red in red, white, and blue order. So that'd be a 778. And 0 through 499 is on the batter card. 500 through 999 is going to be on the pitcher. Tony Womack is a lefty. 778. 778 is going to be right in there. Strikeout. Now, if this was a hit and run situation, this would be your hit and run result. Strikeout. Now, if he's an A on the hit and run, which he's not, he's a B, it would be foul ball. And you would check to see if it was caught or if it was in the stands or what. Okay, but if he's not, he's a strikeout, and the runner on first must steal. do another one. Red 802. So again, it's going to be off Schilling. He's a lefty. 802 lefty. Again, strikeout. Strikes out Tony Womack again. Now, if he was a right-hander, same result. 733 to 921 is a strikeout on Curt Schilling's card. He was pretty good in 2001, 22 and 6, 298 ERA, 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. Here's his per 9 innings. So 10 strikeouts per 9. Pretty good. Only 1.4 walks, 1 home run per 9, 8 hits per 9. And basically, in a nutshell, that's how the game works. All the charts, like I said, are pretty straightforward, easy to figure out, and it has everything you want. Weather, umpires, turf. Like if we look at the base runner advancement, instead of looking at mine, we'll look at this one. If it's ground ball or ground single on turf, that's going to be a -1 on the running. So in other words, he's a 10, he would be a 9. If you look at the running ratings, they go from 0 or less than 1, less than 0 actually, up to more than 12. So after you've done all your calculations, your arms, your arm and your speed, and is there 2 outs, all your adjustments, it could be anywhere from less than 0 to up to greater than 12. In other words, let's look at Tony Womack. If it was hit to him in center, his arm's a +2, and let's say he was the one that hit it, or no, he was on first, that would make him a 12 if it was hit to center field, because he is a 10, +2 to the center fielder. That's a 12. And let's say it was hit on turf. Well, let's not say it was hit on turf. Let's say there was 2 outs, that would make him a 13. Going from first to third. Because if it's hit to center and a runner's going from first to third, there's no change. If it was hit to right field, it would make him and there was 2 outs, it would make him a 14. 10 plus 2 plus 2 more is a 14, so he would be right here in the greater than 12. And so if you roll 2 dice and you read them kind of red, you read them the way you do in some other games, 35, it'd be like a 35 right here. 0 to 70, safe standing. 71 to 93, he slides in safe. Other runners advance 1 base, but there wouldn't be any if he was going from first to third. 94, it's a drop throw. Then you would look right here under dropped. Error on throw, you look here, do what it says. Controversial play, you can have a rundown. I had a rundown a while back when I was playing. I did have a rundown. It tells you how to solve it. It's really, roll 2 dice. If it's higher than this, it's safe. If it's lower, it's an error. Whatever it is. So pretty simple game, I think, but very detailed. So I'll have a game of this very shortly. Be looking out for that. It's a great game. I highly recommend it. I got the 2001 season. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm contemplating doing some... I'm not going to do a full season replay. I was thinking about maybe doing the second half of the Seattle Mariners season. That's the year they won 116 games. I might play the second half of the season. That's kind of on the back burner for now. But I will be playing a game of this shortly. So tune in for that. And I'm going to get out of here for now. Till next time, you guys have a great day, and God bless.